So you know I'm about to be messy, messy right fast. Cause sometimes I love the mess. I love the mess. Wait, hold on. T.S. Madison. Madison. Will and Jada. So she had put her mouth on Will and Jada 2 days ago. And you know Will and Jada is my couple next to Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wayne. I used to love Tiana Taylor and her old man, but I heard they having problems in Papoose in Remy Ma was having problems, but I always, like the other day I was in Will Smith's comments offering him encouragement and stuff, you know, and he just really, really like made me feel so good today. Like he really like I love the way he's responding now. It's like since he got that book out, and this is the component that I don't think that a lot of people are considering is that he was in the process of writing his book and so of getting his book out. And if you are a published author, if you've written a book, you know that when you're getting ready to release your book, that's a very, very challenging time. It's a time where you kind of check out, where you kind of stressed out because it's like you reliving the things that you wrote in your book over and over again. So there's a lot of people who are weighing in on this conversation who've never written a book, who don't know what you're feeling when you're so close to that purge, when you're so close to that release. And so he was close to being in that place of releasing that book. And there was a lot of tension because if you notice, this was right around the time when his book dropped, when all of this was happening, And so him popping Chris, that's not what people are considering. He was under a tremendous amount of stress. Like he was going through a lot when he wrote that book, but that book was the purge for him. That book was the release for him. Like that was the therapy that he needed. So anyway, T.S. Madison finally put her mouth when Will and Jada was saying that Will was manipulative, saying that wait, hold on, I went on to this. Was saying that Will was saying that Will was that she is the alpha in the relationship and was claiming to know. I thought Will was an Aquarius, but I do think his birthday right behind hers. So she might be right. He is a Libra. But I don't think that he's the kind of Libra you are, sis. Like all Libras ain't the same. So let's.
I really feel like I don't care if you're trans, black, trans, gay, lesbian, whatever. To me, you really we're not doing that. Oh, they talking about the dynamic.
Let a sleeping dog lie.
That's it. Or with his nigga.
Allegedly. Where's the sign?
Bitch, please.
No.
Is her saving grace is that he loves those kids. Those children. That's the only thing, Mo. He loves those kids more than he wants to get back at her. Listen, those kids you on your memoir tour. We know this. But it's like this man, we don't take embarrassment well like that.
Especially if we left you alone.
Right. Like we weren't doing all that. We didn't do that.
Right.
Know that he's digging her. I want you to know, even though he loves her, he's digging a hole in the ground for her.
One thing about Libras, they pride.
I think the thing I think though.
Y'all talking about a different kind of Libra. So, so because my grandmother was a Libra, so yeah, some Libras. Wait, so let me go to make it make sense. Make it make sense. Yeah, so he just did Will finally defends Jada.
What's up, everybody? It's Make It Make Sense, and Jeezy and Will Smith are finally talking, so we got to talk about it. Like healing, but
I saw you, man. I saw you, man. Can you show up and love somebody for the rest of your life, even when you don't agree with them? And there ain't nobody on earth except you, mommy. You, mommy. My mommy. I almost messed up. You, mom. Nobody showed up for me more than you, mom. Jada's the best friend I have ever had on this planet. And I am going to show up for her and support her for the rest of my life.
so I'm not mad at this. I do believe that they're probably best friends. I think that they're in it for the.
So and the reason why I live for this so much is because I literally, before I saw this video, okay, T, Will and Jada, let's go back to that video. And let's look in the comment section in that video. Wait, hold on. Let's look in the comment section because I comments up under stuff. I'm not that girl. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Where's my comment at? Because I know my comment should be here. She ain't got but 63 of them so far. Shouldn't take forever to find it. Hold on. Where's my comment? Because I just made a comment. Yeah, I want to read my comment. And hopefully it will show the time in which the comment was posted. Let's see where that comment. Here it go right here. Here it go. Here it go. He already addressed it. His book came out first. He has purged already. That's what I said 11 hours ago. 11 hours. 11 hours ago. This was before I knew what he had said on Make It Make Sense. So, baby, that's what you call, you know, intuition and listening to like spirit, like really, really like listening, like and not getting caught up in everybody else's secondhand emotions and reactions and trying to and what I love about Will's growth is that he's not allowing millions of people's reactions to puppeteer him. Like, y'all could call this man, y'all could say this man is cuckolded, y'all could say that this man is this, and that, but this man is his own man. Like, in the face of all this backlash, and y'all dragging him and having, because y'all feelings hurt, because y'all want him to be this toxic version of masculinity, or not even a toxic version, but just this version that y'all expect in a patriarchal society, because he's not responding in the way y'all think he should respond, or because Jada is not. This family has never followed traditional roles. They've never been here for traditional roles. Y'all could never stand it, and you still can't stand it now. But if he was the being that y'all are trying to paint him as, and that all of y'all around here sounded like parakeets, Will and Jada, rock, Will and Jada. Y'all sound like parakeets around here, repeating what you heard somebody else say. And I'm not gonna lie, I heard certain members in my family, rock, Will Smith and Jada, rock, Will is emasculating, Jada's emasculating Will, rock. Jada is the alpha, rock, Jada won't stop talking, rock, Jada is embarrassing Will, rock, Polly want a cracker, rock. Yes, I love it. That's what I'm talking about on this video. All y'all like here sounding like parakeets. Rock, Will and Jada, rock. And Will got on there. And Will was a true star. Like, that's why I love you, Will. That's why you and Jada, I love y'all. You let Jada be Jada flaws and all. And Jada let Will be Will flaws and all. And they might say, look, we can't be together like we used to be together, but it's still bad marriage for life. Like they said in that video, bad marriage for life. Look, they legit told us that they wasn't together. They told us everything when they said bad marriage for life. So they was letting you know this ain't standards, this ain't goals. We messed up over here, but guess what? We rocking with each other till the wheels fall off. Hurt. We rocking with each other till the wheels fall off. And I want to say thank you. We might not rock how y'all think we should rock, but y'all ain't wrote books. Y'all ain't a multi-million-dollar couple. Y'all ain't still a brand. Y'all ain't never had capacity because the colonizer all in your head got you around here sounding like parakeets. Will and Jada, Will and Jada, rock. Ain't got your own thought. Just repeating what you heard on the internet. Internet. Rock. Rock. Let me stop. That's all I wanted to say. I'm about to get off this live. Rock. Let me stop. Down but down did I say cool keep spitting and turning in God Yako Kulukalo, which means I am a child of God goddess. And Jafayam, you know you are. I'm so I love it. I love it. I love it. Even when we ain't together, we love each other. Let me tell you something. As somebody who was going through this with my husband who just passed away, me and him was not working. You know, we got married and he asked me because I was about to divorce him because we was beefing, like, but I would always show up for him. Like, we didn't live together. Like, we lived together for a couple of months, but then the probation wouldn't let him live with me. So he had to go and live in a different building. But I would always go and spend time with him on the holidays. So we got a chance to spend 3 holidays together. I didn't celebrate the holidays. I didn't believe in the holidays. But I celebrated them because I know they was important to him. I celebrated Thanksgiving. Why? Because it was important to him. I love Halloween. I was going to do that anyway. I celebrated Halloween. I celebrated Thanksgiving because of him. I celebrated Christmas because of him. And I celebrated New Year's because of him. And I was together with him on each of those holidays because even if me and him wasn't going to be able to live together, even if we wasn't going to be able to be in a relationship like I had hoped we was going to be, like I had dreamed it was going to work out, I was still going to be with him because I knew he loved me. I was still going to be loyal to him. I was still going to show up for him. So their relationship speaks to me. It speaks to, because let me tell you something, what's flawed about marriage in the American society. What's flawed about marriage is a business at the end of the day. Just like everything else in a capitalist society, marriage is a business. When you enter that contract with somebody, it's a business arrangement. And a lot of people, for the same reason a lot of these trans people out here don't want to get their name legally changed, is because when you dissolve that marriage, you have to start dissolving assets. Just like when you're in your name, you have to start switching stuff over, and it just becomes a headache. And so it's like, no, we good here, we good. We don't hate each other that much that we can't still get this chicken together, that we can't still run this business together, right? So that's what I respect them for, is saying, okay, we may cannot be intimate lovers anymore, but we still gonna be this brand together. We still gonna be this business together. My problem is it with this monotheistic patriarchal society is that we're only allowed to have one um legal connection. We're only allowed to be partner with one person at a time, when I think that if we were able to have multiple legal partnerships, if we were able, because you're not going to be intimate with everybody. I mean, I don't know, some of y'all might, have, if you had two husbands and two wives, or two wives and three husbands, or one husband and three wives, like if you had that setup, child, you probably be sleeping with all of them. But I think I've always had relationships, multiple relationships, where I got different things from different people. So maybe one partner I may have an intellectual connection with. One partner I might have a really good business relationship with. Like, we come up with creative ideas and we put them out there. Like, I have different, I call them my baby daddies. Like, we have different relationships, and they're set up differently. Sometimes the relationships are platonic, sometimes the relationships are emotional, sometimes the relationships are physical, but not all of us get what we need in one human being. Some of us need multiple connections to get those things, and we're not weird or messed up or strange because we just not set up like, some people who get everything in a monogamous relationship are really secretly are lacking in these monogamous relationships, and don't have the courage to own it. And so I think, one of the things that should change about what marriage looks like for some of us, not all of us, because I don't want to yuck your yum if you get everything that you need out of one person. I am definitely not trying to take a dump on monogamy and the sanctity of marriage, but I'm saying that marriage shouldn't look the same way for everyone. I'm not saying you should be out here marrying children and puppies. What I'm saying is that if consenting adults who have their wits about them and their intellect, and they're competent and capable of being in relationships that are contractual, that allow for multiple partnerships, I think that would be more conducive to building collective power, to gaining more resources, and to building up our own tribes and nations. I think monogamy is just a trap to keep us living from paycheck to paycheck. I think monogamy is just a trap to keep some of us poor. Like, a lot of people, you go into these businesses and you become these organizations, as a way of escaping poverty. But what if you didn't have to? Because again, marriage is a business for a lot of people. It's been that way for royals forever. And unfortunately, we ain't the royal family. We ain't got the resources and all of that backing us that royal families have. So they could afford to center monogamy. Literally, they can afford it. But some of us who living from paycheck to paycheck, we can't afford to center monogamy. Although I'm sovereign in my mind, I ain't yet sovereign in my pockets. And so relationships need to be set up different for people, and so they came up in a time where, they had an opportunity to seize a moment to brand themselves as black royalty. I would never forget when they came out on the stage in a carriage like they was a royal couple on BET back in the day. They branded themselves to be black royalty, and they had to brand themselves in that way, protecting their brand by keeping the secrets, all of the true desires that they had and the true things that they were doing, because that was the only way America was going to let them become as successful as they are, so that they could be able to make sure that they could pass down generational wealth. And so they were kind of pressured to brand themselves in that way. But imagine if we would have come up in a society and we would have come up in a civilization that would have made for us to be able to have multiple connections legally without having to be a business, but just be a tribe, with multiple partners building together collectively. This conversation will look totally different right now. I'm taking a lot of classes and courses that are making me more socially conscious about what's going on in society. And like at some point I even want to have a conversation about what's going on in Palestine. I have my opinions about what's going on in Palestine. And I just think that a lot of this points back to um monotheistic, patriarchal confines. You know, um, Even with Zionism, one group wanting to be the chosen people of God, the Father, wanting to be chosen by the Father. You know what I'm saying? And because so many in power believe that Zionism is a real threat to our society. And unfortunately, a lot of the people that they're trying to rewrite, this ancient story with, look extremely different from the ancestors who inhabited those areas during the time that this alleged story actually took place. So there's a lot of, it's not even just about military, it's not just about resources, it's about bragging rights to an area that is supposed to belong to God's chosen people. And so, because so many of us in this society support that ideology, support that religion, support that faith, we're desensitized, and we're not painting the full picture, and we're choosing to demonize one half of the equation. Like, we can't even have a real conversation about the Gazi Strip and about the Israelites, because it's going to be because about the territory or the state known as Israel, because a lot of us are going to go into the conversation with a bias. We're not going to look at the facts. We're not going to discuss what the facts are. We're going to speak from a space that has been heavenly saturated with a religious ideology. And this is one of the reasons why politics, church, and state cannot continue to be woven together like that. And we got to stop pretending like church and state is not mingled. All of this is connected. This whole story with Will Smith and Jada, all of this is a reflection of how the system was crafted, how those immigrants got in that room together and collectively created this nation, started this business of centering a man who sits on high and calls the shots. A bunch of men got in the room and collectively made this decision for what would become a nation of over what? 300 million? How many people live in America? And in a room full of wealthy Caucasian men created a contract that would bind this together for hundreds of years. Imagine. Anyway, let me get off this live. I've been talking too long. I'm still like I'm just I'm amazed, and I give them props for how long this has managed to work. It really shows you the consciousness of the general population that we have allowed this. And, a lot of Black indigenous people, we wonder when the curse happened. Well, the curse happened when we decided to shed our spiritual, the richness of our spirituality, and we decided to shave off a lot of things in order to blend more in with the status quo. We decided to bury pieces of ourselves in the sand so that we could fit comfortably into these boxes. And now we done made ourselves vulnerable, and we don't understand why the duck getting plucked. We don't understand. We made ourselves into ducks, and now we mad we getting plucked. My God is God today. If you forget where you came from and you choose a dream over your spirituality, how can you be mad at people for capitalizing off of a choice that you made? They say ain't no honor amongst thieves. They stole this land. Why we expect for them to be honorable? Anyway, down but now that I say cool, it keeps spinning and turning. Ian Gani, Iyanko Kalukalo, which means I'm a child of God Goddess. And if I am, then you know you are. Remember to light your candles for your ancestors. I know I've lit a candle today. I've said a really, really strong prayer right before this live. Today has been an emotional day. It's been a challenging day, but every day that I have the use of my limbs and my faculties, and I am able to critique and critically think, I am grateful. Amen. A woman. Love y'all. Later.